So, that being said, if I start one in a halter, this is the next thing I'm going to go to, which is about a 3/4 inch Hackamore. It's going to have the same, when you pick up that leading rein, it's going to have the same influence that the halter does. What I don't do, that a lot of people do, and I think is unnecessary, is go to a broken snaffle type bit. They start them, then they run them in this because somebody told them to, and then they go to the Hackamore, and then they progress through their Hackamores from a 3/4 inch size Hackamore to a 1/2 inch to a 1/4 inch, then to the 2 rein. And in my opinion, you're just making an unnecessary step or transition when you go from the halter to the snaffle to the Hackamore. I think that kind of changes the way that the signal is going to be portrayed and sent to the horse. You're adding time into the deal. So I don't go from a halter to anything else in their mouth. I go directly to a Hackamore, and that's if I'm going to make a Hackamore horse or a bridle horse. There's no sense in going to this. This bit is designed, or I only use this bit. This bit's designed for using 1 rein at a time, no matter who you talk to, whatever they believe. If you put this bit on your wrist, which is kind of the size of the horse's bars in his mouth, and if you squeeze down on that, it feels about what they would feel with both reins, and that doesn't really convey a message to a horse. So it's designed for 1 rein, and I only use it if I have a horse that's kind of braced in the neck. Very rarely do I have to use this anymore. So don't do that. If you're, in my opinion, if you're trying to make bridle horses, then there's no reason to flip-flop back and forward. The other progression that I make, let me grab these bits. So if somebody sends me a horse, I'm going to ask them what they're going to be riding in, if they want me to start that horse in that, or what it's going to be riding in when it gets home. I usually start, and you've seen it before, this D-ring snaffle with this mouth on it. There's a reason for that. And then either that or I start in Pat's bit that he has. The reason that I would start in this first one is for this sake right here. If I'm going to advance that horse, then he's going to go into a shank bit with the same mouthpiece in it. So I think it's less confusing to the horse. You're not changing a lot of things when you go from, as if you're going from that first bit, something like that, to a shank bit that has a port. They have it in their mouth, they know what it feels like, and it just changes the sensitivity level on the human's end on the ratio of this cheek piece. So then after that, I would go to more of what would be kind of a spade style type bit. So there's a million different ways to do this. This is what I do and why I do it. I think that this bit has been preached as a mild bit. That's just an O-ring snaffle made by Jeremiah Watt. I think it's a great bit. I think that it's been preached as a mild bit, and I think it's mild if it's used correctly. But I think that if you pick up with 2 reins on this, one, you're going to have the problem of it grabbing the bars in your horse's mouth. And I've seen a lot of horses that their whole life they've ridden in a broken snaffle like this, and usually they're falling out in the shoulder and they're not straight in their body. So that's just kind of what I've seen. So there you go. There's my process that I go through. Thank you.